Welcome back to the Fourth and Wrong podcast. I'm Colin, joined here by Dallas, Marshall, and Donnie. Let's start off. We were all at Monday Night Football earlier this week. Let's talk about it a little bit.
Are you putting some videos and stuff?
Yeah, I'll probably put some videos in here.
I was hoping it'd be kind of cool for the fans.
I got Donnie singing all of Gridiron Heroes. So.
Fuck yeah, dude. I didn't even know that was the name of the song.
Very electric game. I saw a thing talking about from what they did at Monday Night Football, the Lions all with that. Give me 1 second.
Oh my fucking God. Mid-thought.
Obviously, you weren't people, the views besides us weren't at the game probably. They gave everyone these like wristbands and they shut off the lights and put them with the music and everything. And I saw someone like talk about these. If the Lions get a home playoff game, it is going to be insane because that was a Monday Night Football game against the Raiders, and they're pulling out in the middle of the game too.
They're pulling out Taylor Swift shit.
Remember
Eras Tour shit.
Remember in the third quarter when they literally just shut the lights off during a TV timeout and they just went crazy and started just going insane? Like, if I'm a Raiders player, I'm quite literally being like, dude, I can't take this. Like, so if I saw someone saying if the Lions get a home playoff game, it is going to be insane. It will be the most crazy home game in maybe the last 10 years for a playoff team.
For sure.
Well, first off, I think it would be like the craziest game post 90s in Lions history.
Yeah. Dude, and like, 100%. Just think about it. If the Lions were to win that fucking game,
the city,
they better have the National Guard in downtown Detroit.
National Guard, get the Navy SEALs.
This is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking if the Lions win, Detroit will burn to the fucking ground. If the Lions lose, Detroit will burn to the fucking ground. Either way, there's
it's not.
Either way, there's no city. There will not be a stadium left.
I don't know. I feel like if we were to get our ass kicked, I feel like we'd probably just be so fucking sad. If it's on some bullshit like, Detroit Lions penalty special,
the classic,
or like a
10-second
catch doesn't count,
If
a 10-second
playoffs, we make the playoffs, and they fucking pick up a flag like in the Cowboys game. That city would people might actually rip down the stadium. Like,
you ever seen that video from that one Browns game where the refs were like ducking for cover and like running to the fucking exit?
Mm-hmm.
It'd be that times 1,000. You'd have people rushing jumping on 100%.
Attack them. It would be ugly.
Yeah,
it would be pretty scary, honestly.
Yeah, but anyway, great time at Monday Night Football. First ever primetime NFL game for me. So
same.
Pretty dope. Pretty dope if I do say so myself. Yeah, hopefully we can get back to the playoff game.
And me and Donnie's first primetime game too. It's pretty awesome,
Yeah, my voice was fucking shot after that.
Dude, same. I'm shocked it's already better.
We literally
yesterday,
it's so wild.
Like,
you know how exhausted we were because until once we hit the highway, like we were hyped. We were singing G-Max, Lions won again, right out the gate. We were laughing at other cars. We're yelling, "Go Lions!" As soon as we hit the highway, bro, everyone just was like, and just sat back and was just like, bro, everyone got so tired, bro.
Yeah,
it was literally like,
I can't remember. Someone suggested we would just record the podcast in the car, and I knew that was not going to happen.
Everyone was so exhausted. This man Zach
We're all dead.
Asleep
within 0.3 seconds.
Slow.
He both fell asleep like he was in middle school. That's how tired that man was.
Yeah. It was exhausting.
I felt bad. I was like, damn, like we really fucked him over. He had to sit in the middle seats. He was fucking leaning on the center console.
Hey, he's the smallest guy. He had to deal with it.
Yeah,
but
I mean that's better than cramming into the trunk again the whole way home, trying to sleep in there.
I'm not trying to like flex on you guys because I know it was your guys' first primetime game, and me and Marshall. I know Marshall's been to at least one other, but out of all the ones I've gone to, because now I've gone to Thursday, Sunday night, and Monday night. Monday night honestly kind of sucked to go to, like in the scheme of things, like the primetime slot, because it felt weird. It felt really weird.
I've been to 2 Thursday night games. I have been to 3 Monday night games, and then it's like 4 Sunday night games. Out of all of them, the Lions back when the only reason I've been to so many primetime games is back in like Jim Caldwell, like when he was the head coach. We actually got quite a bit of primetime games. So The most, I would say, honestly, it's hard to say, but honestly, they're all about the same. Honestly, there's no difference. I would say for me, I prefer the Thursday night game just because it's going into the weekend. So you get, if you win, you get that hype. The other Thursday night game I
And
went
then
to was like,
you're waiting literally as long as you possibly can to watch your team play and hopefully get a win.
yeah. So it
Like
kind of was awesome Thursday night. Sunday
my
night,
anxiety was
I'm
through the
not gonna
roof the whole
lie.
fucking game.
The Sunday night, to be fair, the last Sunday night game I went to was Green Bay last year, but that was super cold. So I'm not gonna judge it off that one. I'm gonna judge it off the ones I've went to in the past. Sunday night is honestly it's a cool environment, but in terms of an NFL fan, it is very, very just like Sunday night, you know the next day is Monday. That's automatically every Mondays are automatically bad. Then you also are trying to watch all the football games during the day, and it's just like they're all going on, and then it's just like by the time you get to Sunday night, you're already footballed out. Honestly, it's like you're excited to be there, but Sunday night is it's cool, it's awesome, but I don't know, there's just something about Sunday night.
Even
Morning,
even last year's Green Bay game to close out the year, or was that just a special
I said I wasn't going to judge
circumstance?
that one because of how so fucking cold it was.
Yeah.
That was a
But
different type of, and that was the last game of the
Well,
season.
and
So that one's hard
the
to
energy
judge.
there,
And that was
with
the
the
last game of the
opportunity to
regular
knock
season.
Green Bay and specifically Aaron Rodgers out of the playoffs.
Being the last game of the regular season, that is a whole different environment. That's why I kind of left that one out. But if in terms of like all the primetime games I've went to, this one definitely ranks up there, and I think it's because of the hype around Ford Field. That Thursday night Packers game we went to this year is definitely up there. I'm not gonna put the Sunday night because it was so cold. We didn't make the playoffs, so there was still that tone of
yeah, but you're making
hurt.
it sound like that was bad. Out of all the primetime games I went to, that was probably number one. Like that one, I was cool.
It's just the cold. I don't know.
I maybe I'm skewed because I went to Green Bay before that and it was cold, but like that didn't really bother me.
It was just the cold. I just Thursday night with how many Lions fans were there, that was pretty cool. This last Monday night was cool. I will always say it, even though because I'm trying not to judge you about what happened after, but starting that 2018 season, we were 1-2, and we went to play the Patriots on Monday Night Football or Sunday Night Football, and we beat the Patriots, Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, primetime football. I only think of it, I don't think of it too much as now because of what happened with Matt Patricia. But in that moment, like I thought Matt Patricia was the guy, and we beat Tom.
Yeah, the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I thought that was one of the most insane games. I mean, Johnson got 112 yards rushing. It was like the earth stopped spinning, bro. It was unbelievable how from about 20
that broke the
2015
5-year streak, right?
Yeah, 2013 to like 2013 because it was Reggie Bush that did it in 2013. So it was 2014 to like 2018. We didn't have 100-yard rusher, and it was like this is amazing. See, now it's like the last 2 years, Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell have said offensive line is literally where the trenches. You build the team around them, and that was why Penei Sewell was their first ever pick, and is now the best tackle in football. So that is still probably one of their best picks in any of the drafts. But now it's like Jahmyr Gibbs just fucking 100-yard rushing on Monday night. And then we hit Jamal did it many times. DeAndre did it last year. David's done it this year. It's like happens all the time now.
Yeah. I tell you what though, looking at the Lions remaining schedule, the only game I'm going into expecting to lose is the road game at Dallas. I think there's
that
a
Chargers
good chance.
Game's scary.
The Chargers game is a little dicey, but I mean, we've already established Brandon Staley.
In LA, though, we're gonna have more
Staley
fans
likes to blow it. Oh, 100%. Lions fans are gonna take over SoFi, but yeah, that one could be sketchy. But I think I'm expecting to still pull that one off. I think that one will be close, but realistically, I see one likely loss the rest of the year. I mean, not to say that we couldn't drop more games, and we absolutely probably will, but like looking at the schedule, like the Lions could really have a lot of momentum heading into the postseason, which is fucking wild.
Yes, it is.
I hope so, man. I don't know. It kind of sucks our schedule so light going down the pipe because like I've watched on talk shows after we got our breaks beat off by the Ravens, they were like, well, the problem with Detroit now is their schedule's so easy. We're not gonna know if they're legit again because all we play is the Cowboys. So like if we come out, especially if we if we win the rest of the games and we come out in that Cowboys game and it's another bad loss, not even to Ravens extent, but like just like we get beat like 10-28, nobody's going to be on the Lions anymore.
Yeah,
nationally,
I'd agree
everybody's
with that.
like, okay, they're frauds. That's all it's going to be, because we would have 2 or 3 games against good teams. One of them is the Chiefs. They were missing everybody. We get our bakes beat out by the Ravens. We lose decisively to the Cowboys. Like, nobody's going to care. And that will suck. Of course, Lions fans, we will have the possibility for the 1 seed, and everybody will still somehow write us off. It will make no sense.
Yeah.
And moving away from the Lions games, and since we spent so much time on the Lions, I was just looking through like all the week 8 games, seeing if there's anything we should really touch on. The only 2 things that I'm thinking we should talk about is how, even though it's in our division, it is obviously, we never wish injury upon anybody. Kirk tearing his Achilles, that is tragic. You hate to see it for Vikings fans. We're just starting to get hope that, damn, like we actually can.
I was starting to get scared, man.
The Vikings were gonna make a run. They were hot, and Kirk was playing great. Justin isn't even back, and they're just somehow the defense is doing enough to give them a win, because Kirk is obviously playing on his mind, but it's that defense and offensive line that really hurts that team. I actually like their coach is. I like their coach. I don't think it's anyone's problem with their coaching. I think it's just that defense is really bad, and I think that offensive line's bad. But besides, so it sucks for Kirk. Besides that, the only other thing I would say we'd touch on is the Chiefs losing to the fucking Broncos.
Yeah, that one's
They were
weird.
Like Nick Wright says, it's hard to beat a team 17 times in a row.
Man. Yeah, like they dropped this one, but oh man, they're probably gonna rattle off another 16. So
now they're gonna only go for 10 this time. It's gonna be
still, I mean, 5 straight years of sweeping them, that'd be pretty crazy.
No, the only thing I want to say about the Kirk injury is is it me, or is anybody else that it kind of low key sucks a little bit that like we basically already have the division. Like, I don't want to jinx it, but I think we all know they are sitting in a spot where if they were to not win the division, something catastrophic happened. Like something
we'd have to be healing our practice squad.
I only think it matters is if we say we start to suck and we go 9-8 or 10-7 and still win the division, then it's like, damn, we kind of were given this one with how bad the division was and Kirk tearing his Achilles. But say we get 11 wins and above, I think we're kind of like, I mean, we probably were going to win even if Kirk probably stayed in, because the Kirk was on a run, but the Vikings weren't going to win out. Like, we know that, and they already had 4 losses. We only have 2, so it's like I think as long as we get around 11 wins and above, we're going to be like, it wasn't going to matter either way. I think we would have still had the division unlocked. But if somehow we go like 9-8 to end off the year and we win the division, it's going to feel shitty, because then it really feels like we didn't win it like we should have. Because honestly, I feel like the Vikings probably could have ended up with more than which honestly, don't count out the Vikings. This man Josh Dobbs didn't play bad in Arizona on a shitty team, shitty players. This man didn't play bad. I'm not saying Josh Dobbs
I'm willing to pick the Vikings probably in a game or 2.
Yeah.
The rest of the year.
They're not gonna. Josh Dobbs is no Kirk Cousins, but Josh Dobbs also isn't awful. Like, he played good. He played decent.
I mean,
he played good on a bad Arizona
enough
team.
I mean,
to make plays.
He beat the Cowboys. He helped beat the Cowboys.
Basically, yeah.
Right.
But that Arizona team doesn't have anything. I mean, they're basically gone at that point. They don't have O-line, running backs, wide receivers. I mean, so it's like
time for Kyler Murray to come back, man.
I think this is
he's gonna re-tear his ACL instantly. but now my only point.
Yeah, they play the Browns this week. They play that Browns defense this week. He's getting murdered.
Yeah,
Myles Garrett is gonna kill him.
But no, my end point with the Lions thing is like, I don't know. It just takes the zest out of it a little bit for me. Even if we win, well, like they're in the spot to win the fucking division for the first time literally the first time they're gonna win the North ever. And it's like, I don't know. It feels like it's weird. There's not like suspense. Like, for some reason, I feel like it would have been better if the Packers
or the Lions. It's still suspense.
I mean, I don't know. It just I don't know.
We're also just pushing for a high seed, I feel like, at this point. The Eagle, we need to keep in mind, though, is like if we can keep going at this pace, the Eagles schedule gets tough. It started out easy, but they have a stretch where they like, and with how they've been playing, the Eagles are good, but they've had their games where they play bad against bad teams. They have a stretch where they play some hard teams. So we can make a run for that first pick. And with the 49ers falling off a cliff
First pick or first seed?
First seed, sorry.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't fucking say that. God
with
damn,
the 49ers falling off a cliff, basically, like we need to think about that. But
yeah,
anyways,
hopefully they can keep pace with the Eagles.
We should move on.
I'm gonna move into our standings. Obviously, we all know because I set them in the car. And the Lions got the dub, and everyone picked the Lions. But I will say it again one more time. Colin, you went 10-6. Dallas went 10-6, and me and Donnie went 13-3. So, yeah,
y'all gotta start like putting some parlays down with these picks.
That's what I'm doing right now.
The biggest thing Donnie does, he'll say these picks on the podcast and then bet the opposite. Like every time.
I'm not shitting you.
He fades his own picks.
I've done that shit. So I'm going to maybe cost me. I might go 0-16 this week, or ever how many games. I might go win this because I'm gonna write them down. I'm gonna round robin them because 13-3, that's decent money. So I'm gonna write them down, and I'm gonna have the first 0 week. So if you guys just want to go opposite of all my picks, you guys are getting at least 75% right.
But for all-time record, Donnie, I need to still write them down, but I'm five games away from Donnie. Dallas is 5 games away from me, and Colin is 5 games away from Dallas. So we're all 5 games apart. So yeah, we haven't. This is a lot. Me and Donnie have been very similar. Like literally, week 5, both went 8-6. Week 7, we both went 7-6, and then this last week we both went 13-3. So I might make opposite picks of you, or you can be on some bullshit.
You can't start doing that yet. You got to start doing that like week 15 if you're trying to be.
No, shut up.
All right. So anyway, we're gonna get into some picks. What week is it now? Week 9?
Week 9.
God damn, man. This is moving fast.
Fucking suck.
Thursday night football. Airing later tonight by the time this gets uploaded tomorrow.
I was like, what? It's on tonight?
We got Titans at Steelers. I'm just gut feeling. I'm gonna pick the Titans. I don't think the Steelers are very good. Will Levis is that fucking dog. I say that and he's gonna go like 5 for 20 for like 20 yards and 3 picks. But I think Levis is that dog, and I think the Steelers suck. Give me the Titans. And never count out your boy Mike Vrabel.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know about this game at all. I really don't. I gotta pick this. I gotta pick the Steelers, honestly. Will Levis coming off a great game, but now he's got to play a good defense.
And it looks like Mitch might be playing.
In Pittsburgh, Mitch might be playing.
That helps the Titans.
I don't know. It might help.
Mitch playing helps the Steelers.
I mean, it helps the Steelers a little bit, but like you're replacing dog shit with dog shit. Like
you're replacing dog shit with someone who actually was a quarterback at one point.
But he's dog shit now.
No, not as bad as Kenny.
I'm picking the Steelers.
All right.
Yeah, you won't see me unless the Steelers play a JV team. You won't probably see me pick the Steelers for any game this year. So, and it is the Titans, and they played well last week. So I will be going the Titans.
Man, sir. This is like asking me to pick between my favorite children. Got my boy Mike Vrabel, and then I got Kenny. Like
not at all.
Kenny might not be playing, so you're allowed to pick against
him. Kenny, actually, I don't know where Marshall got the Mitch thing. Kenny Steelers pick is for sure playing. There's a quote right here.
The Titans minus 25.5.
Another big thing is earlier today, Cam Hayward got activated, so he is going to be playing tomorrow.
Oh, shit.
He's been out since I think week 1. So that's pretty important. And Tannehill obviously got ruled out because he's dealing with his ankle or knee or whatever it was. I really don't know. This one's kind of tough just because Kenny's banged up. Will Levis, was that him being the best quarterback in the class, or was that just nobody knows what the hell he's like? Um, I'm gonna go Pittsburgh just because it's Mike Tomlin's defense against a rookie quarterback in his first like legit like you are the starter for this game kind of game. Plus it's in Pittsburgh. I'll take Steelers.
All right. Moving on, we got Dolphins at Chiefs. This is going to be a good game. I'm excited for
In
this one.
Germany.
Oh, yeah, it is in Germany. I forgot.
9:30 in the morning. You're gonna have to wake up early for this one.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to.
Actually, it shouldn't be too bad because that's
I-
the time change, so we get an extra hour of sleep. So
Yes,
it's
sir. So
technically
that's-
it's technically 10:30.
Basically 10:30. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're watching this before this weekend, make sure you set your clocks back an hour on Sunday.
Ain't no way on a football podcast we just reminding people to set their clocks back.
Daylight savings time, y'all.
Like that shit doesn't automatically just happen.
Yeah,
Anyway.
literally.
Sometimes
every-
it does. Some
You
people
got
are weird. Some
manual
people don't.
clocks in your house. You got to set them back.
Yeah. Got like your
You say
microwave
you do,
clock,
I'm
your
sorry.
clock on your stove. Like,
Actually, those still automatically do themselves.
Microwave.
what fucking microwaves and ovens do you have?
The
Marshall's
rich
a rich ass motherfucker. Don't even try talking to him.
I have an old
Bro has
stove.
smart everything.
Okay.
Actually,
I have a
okay,
smart
okay, maybe
Someone's
to
his
be
parents
fair,
have really been
Connect the
doing it in the
Wi-Fi?
middle of the night for him, and he
I was about to
just
say,
thought
to
that it
be
was
fair, I
upsetting.
just wake up and they're automatically fixed. It's probably my dad doing it in the morning. I'm probably just
Right.
not
Yes.
thinking.
Bro's an
But-
idiot.
Dumbass. Anyway, I'm gonna go with the Dolphins here. I think I don't know. I don't exactly know why. I just am feeling the Dolphins, and I'm gonna ride with it. We're going Dolphins.
I'm in the exact same boat. I'm gonna pick Dolphins. I have no rhyme or reason. I think this is a 50-50 game if I've ever seen one, especially in Germany. Like who knows what's gonna happen, especially with these overseas games. But I'm gonna just pick the Dolphins.
This would be a game that Mahomes would come back and play great. Like he would come back off that loss and just tear up this team. It's not like they're playing an easier team. So this scares me being in Germany. I don't know. Like I seriously don't know who to pick here.
I will say Tyreek Hill revenge game right here.
This is his
Yeah.
first time playing the Chiefs since he left.
I think so.
The first that I recall.
Yeah, I'm gonna go because I know Donnie will probably go Chiefs. I'll go Dolphins.
Yeah, this one I thought you guys were like all gonna pick one way or the other pretty decisively. We're all 50-50 on this game. Like it's
Yeah,
only
I
a
know.
-1.5 spread. Like this is a game where it's just like you sit back and you're like, all right, this is just gonna be fucking offense. Like I don't really give a shit.
Yeah.
See, I don't think
Yeah.
that though.
I think it's gonna be pretty high.
We say that
I
a
think it'll
lot.
be
Like
like
games that they say this is going to be an
24,
offensive.
21 type
This is
shit.
going to be an offensive game. I think this honestly, it's going to be just an egg. It's going to be a good game, but I don't think it's going to be a shootout. Like I just think it's going to be in the 20s, low 20s. I think.
I don't know, but all logic tells you Dolphins just because they've looked good. They're fine. I believe. Are they coming off a bye?
No.
No.
Thought they were coming off a bye. Either way,
No.
but they're obviously red hot. The Chiefs just suffered the worst loss they've had, and
No, they
Honestly,
beat the
I think
Patriots
Mahomes is-
last week.
that's why I wasn't watching that
So,
game.
so I mean, basically,
Basically a bye, better than a bye. No, Mahomes' worst loss of his career, all that. I don't think they're gonna lose after losing again. I'm gonna go Chiefs. I think the world's watching. I think Mahomes gets right. I think Kelsey goes for 2 touchdowns. I think this is gonna be Chiefs.
See how I read that man Donnie was going to pick the Chiefs? I
Yeah.
told you.
Yeah,
All
you
right.
all went Dolphins too, so I'm a lone wolf in the Chiefs. I don't think that will happen the rest of the fucking
no, it
year.
will not.
Everybody picking against the Chiefs.
Yeah. We're gonna learn our lesson this week, I promise you. Vikings at Falcons. I'm gonna say it. This one's gonna be an ugly fucking game.
Put it on a t-shirt.
You got Taylor Heineke starting for the Falcons, and you've got maybe Josh Dobbs starting for the Vikings. I don't know. He might not start, I guess. So who knows? But backup versus backup. So this game's gonna be fucking shitty. I think I like the Vikings defense a little bit more than I like the Falcons offense, even with a change of scenery at quarterback with Taylor Heineke. I mean, I guess I don't really know what to expect with that. I don't know. Just I'm thinking it's probably not going to be much better. I think the Falcons just are not great. So I think the Vikings defense is going to carry them. The offense is going to do just enough. I'm going to take the Vikings in this game.
Yeah, I'm surprised the Falcons are as big as a favorite as they are. I know they don't have Kirk, but
Win for Kirk.
I don't like this game. I'm gonna just say that I don't like this game.
No,
You picked
I think
Vikings.
like
I picked Vikings.
I'm gonna go Falcons just to go opposite of you, Colin. That's no rhyme or reason. Just Falcons.
Fair.
Yeah, see, I'm way against what Colin said. I think the Falcons' offense is fine. I think Desmond Ritter has literally been selling a lot of games for them. Bijan is great. Drake London, when they actually throw him the ball, he actually catches it. Same thing with Kyle Pitts, too. They're both crazy good weapons. You just need to throw them the ball and they'll make a play on it. Desmond Ritter has sold, and
But will they?
But also, I think without Desmond Ritter playing, Taylor Heineke coming in, not only is this man been a stud. I don't know if you guys saw what his Halloween costume is, but that guy is gonna win this football game. That man was a deer, and his girlfriend was wearing headlights, and it was a fucking deer in headlights. That is goated. But I think this Falcons offense is actually good, and I'm never going to trust the Vikings defense, even if it was against a high school team. So just because Brock Purdy threw 3 interceptions and it was a bad game for that 49ers offense, I'm not trusting the Vikings, even though it sucks for what happened to Kirk. I'm going to go Falcons at home, too. The Falcons are in Atlanta.
That is true.
Okay. Well, I also like the Vikings defense. I'm not gonna sit here and I don't think they're insane for picking off fucking Brock Purdy 3 times. I think that's gonna happen a couple of times this year. But
I never
their
said they
defense
were
isn't
like
bad.
some great defense. I just said I liked them more than I liked
No,
the
not
Falcons
you,
offense.
Marshall. Marshall said
Oh.
something about the 3 interceptions. But yeah, I don't like the Falcons offense. I don't really like the Falcons at all. I don't like Arthur Smith. I think he's kind of overrated as like offensive mind. But that being said, in Atlanta, losing Kirk, kind of like when they were kind of trending up, kind of a soul crushing injury. Even though Vikings fans don't really like him, I think he meant a lot to the team. Josh Dobbs, I looked, there's no way he's playing, means he's been there less than a week by the time this game starts. So they're starting Jared Allen, whatever the rookies, undrafted rookie.
Jared Allen coming back and playing quarterback.
But
Love to see it.
yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised this spread isn't more. I'm definitely Falcons. I don't like the Falcons at all. I think if it was another team, like almost any other team in the league, it'd be double digits. But yeah, I'm gonna go Falcons. I think the Vikings kind of got their heart ripped out with Kirk.
Perfect time for them to bounce back and win one for him. Not
this week.
Moving on, we got Bears at Saints. Saints.
Yeah, I got the Saints.
Yeah, I am also going to go Saints.
Yep. I mean, I don't. Yeah, Justin's not playing either way. I'm definitely going Saints.
Easy dub. All right, we got Rams at Packers. Sounds like Matthew Stafford could not play. And so for that reason and that reason alone, I'm gonna go Packers.
Who's the Rams' backup quarterback? Does anyone
I don't know. They signed another one. Oh, is Stetson Bennett still on there?
He's on non-football.
You were asking that seriously? I thought you were being.
I was dead ass.
He's
I was dead
I thought you
ass.
were being a dickhead.
No, I was dead ass.
Who's their backup? Stetson fucking Bennett. Let's go, man. I 100% thought that's
So
what was
is
coming.
Stenson the backup or no?
I'm gonna look on who's supposed to be the starter.
Yeah, I
But
don't know.
if
I know they just signed a quarterback today.
If Stenson Bennett's starting.
Stenson Bennett is on the non-football injury list. He will not play.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear you, Marshall. My bad.
Brett Ripon is their quarterback. The only other quarterback on the roster.
Packers.
Yeah, I gotta go Packers. I wouldn't be surprised if the Rams win though, low key. I wouldn't be surprised.
I know I'm saying this like full confidence. Like, I know the Packers are bad, but like you've got a beat up Rams squad without Matthew Stafford. Come on.
I'm
That's
gonna
just
go.
assuming he's not fine by Sunday.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Packers on this one. I don't know. I was trying to think of a way, and I totally got off topic thinking about a game we already talked about. But I will go Packers in Lambeau. It's probably gonna be cold for that LA team, so I'm gonna go Packers.
I doubt you remember this, but I remember talking to Marshall about this game because Stafford in Green Bay. I was like, I kind of want to go to that game. Good thing I didn't fucking buy tickets because I would be absolutely fucking livid.
And you would lose your money because that resale value is
Oh,
plummeting by the minute.
Yeah.
the resale value ass. Yeah, I would be absolutely fucked. So I guess that works because I don't really see Stafford playing. Honestly, even with Stafford out, if this was in LA, I would sneakily go Rams. But the thing is, it's in Green Bay. There's probably going to be snow on the ground. The Packers are as desperate as a team can be. I mean, shit, you got Matt LaFleur kind of coaching for his fucking job a little bit. If they lose and they lose near double-digit games, he's on a hot seat. So I'll go Packers. I think this is one of their last few wins of the year, honestly, probably. So not confident in it, but I'll go Packers.
Good lord.
They're not very good. They're not. They're not good.
All right, we got ugly game part 2. Commanders at Patriots. God, I really don't know.
God, this is gonna be an ugly game.
I think I'm gonna take the Commanders here.
Yeah, no, I think the Commanders are the best team that's under 500 in the league. I think they're gonna win pretty easily, honestly.
They did just trade both of their edge rushers, though.
They did.
Honestly, what's crazy about it is the one that actually surprises me more is Montez Sweat. Chase Young is just not. He's not.
He's
He's
not what we
understand.
thought he would
injured,
be.
and Montez Sweat is good. He's fast. Montez Sweat is really fast. That one was kind of like, damn, I
Former
didn't really
Michigan
think.
State legend Montez Sweat.
I didn't really think that. I was like, damn, Montez Sweat. That kind of sucks. But Chase Young has just not been doing what he's supposed to. So I'm like, yeah, that's whatever. Dallas, did you make your pick? Because
I was just gonna say Commanders.
Yeah, because I know you were talking about it. We just kind of interrupted, but yeah, I'm also going Commanders. I think Sam Howell actually is starting to look like a quarterback that they could work with, and that actually could be a franchise guy for them. He's been great. So yeah, I'm gonna go Commanders.
Yeah, Commanders before they sold stock and just kind of mailed it in. I thought they were better than what their record was. I think the defense is kind of unperforming like a motherfucker, but I think the offense is sneakily good with Sam Howell and Terry McLaurin. That being said, they're kind of in fucking mail it in mode. I think Sam Howell will look good. I think the offense will look fine. I think the defense, they literally traded away probably their 2 best defensive players. So not only from like a schematic standpoint, but from like a morale standpoint, that just absolutely kills them. So I think the Patriots are good enough to win this in or at home. How far the Patriots have fallen, where 3 of the Colin, I think you also went Commanders, that almost all of us went Commanders in New England halfway through the year. Yeah, I'm putting a little bit more respect on Bill's name than that. It's not the same Patriots, but if they don't win this, Bill might just have to quit outright.
Bill's going to.
I like Sam Howell.
I think it's
Sam
pretty
Howell,
evident this is his last season. I don't know what purpose he has hanging around for another year.
What if they lose? What if they lose this and they're in the Caleb Williams sweepstakes? You got to think about that.
I do think they're up there.
Coach another 20 years.
They are 2-6. They'd be 2-7. They got a chance. They could trade up, get a Drake May even.
We were just talking about Sam Howell looking like he could be a franchise guy, though. I mean, I guess
we're talking about
there,
for the Patriots.
We're
for the Patriots. Duh.
Yeah.
I think Sam Howell. I think regardless of what happens, unless the owners just do not like him outright, I think Sam Howell has deserved to go into next year their starter. Unless he looks like ass going down the stretch, he looks good.
I will say we also thought that about Tyler Heineke last year. Like he was obviously their
but
best quarterback.
Yeah, but
and
Tyler
they just
Heineke was actually on teams beforehand, and I think Tyler Heineke. I don't get me wrong, Tyler Heineke is he's a good he's a quarterback literally that is
Taylor.
just going to be a journeyman. He is going to be, but guess what? When you need
Taylor.
him, he will deliver. He will deliver. Like,
But the thing I would argue that's different with those two is not only the Commanders drafted him, not to get into this whole talk, but the Commanders drafted him, and like Sam Howell has another 2 years there. He's still on his rookie deal after this year, so like they're a little bit more committed to him. Means they drafted him. And Tyler Heineke had like a very clear flaw with him being a starter. His arm isn't that powerful, so like they were never gonna really commit to him like for
neither is
real.
Kenny's.
So
Wild that the game we've spent the most amount of time talking about is fucking Commanders and Patriots.
it's an interesting game. What can you say?
It's really not.
It has a lot of implications on the draft, Colin. I
I
think
mean,
you're,
true.
I think
We'll
you're
see.
not thinking it through.
All right, moving on. We got Seahawks at Ravens. I think this is going to be another good game. I think it's going to be kind of low scoring, so it might not like if you just are like box score watching, it might not look the greatest, but I think this is going to be a pretty good game. I think I'm going to lean Ravens because it's at home, and they've been looking pretty dang good so far. So, give me the Ravens.
I think the Ravens are gonna win, but I'm picking the Seahawks. I just think that I wouldn't be surprised if they won by a field goal. You know, it just they win games they're not supposed to. That's just what the Seahawks do. So I'm gonna pick the Seahawks.
I literally was going to look at this game and said, whoever has, I heard Colin say it without looking at my screen and said in my head, whoever has home field advantage, I will pick them. I'm picking the Ravens.
Yeah. This is a very interesting game, especially with the spread being what it's at. But I'm gonna go Ravens just because I think they earned me to pick them one time after the fucking beating the brakes off Detroit. So this is I'll go Ravens out of respect.
All right, Buccaneers at Texans. I'm gonna take the Bucks in this one. I think the Texans have kind of come back to reality a little bit, realized that they are in fact the Texans. I mean, CJ Stroud is still going to be solid, but I think the Buccaneers just have a little bit more experience in a lot of areas than the Texans do. Give me the give me the Bucks.
Yeah,
Almost fucked that pick up.
Man tried to head tails it, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'm picking both.
I'm gonna agree with Colin. I think the Bucks are just a little bit more experienced. I think in 2-3 years times, this is like clearly the Texans are gonna win this game. But as of right now, I just think the Bucks got the experience. I think it'll be a close game, but I think they'll pull it out.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Texans.
Interesting. I thought this was gonna be a clean sweep. Yeah, I'm gonna go Bucks. I think they've faltered a lot, and Baker kind of went from playing like, damn, like top 15 quarterback, like he's playing pretty good, to now he's kind of settling back into himself.
Regress to the mean, you know.
But at the same time, I think even him regressing to the mean with that defense, those weapons, I think they're going to get back on track. I think they're going to win 7, maybe 8 games. They're going to win the division more than likely, unless Derek Carr just.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
a huge if. I don't
how
know
many
about
wins do
that.
the Saints? I mean, the Saints are only 1 game ahead. I think they got
Especially with like, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
Only reason I went Texans is because they lost to the Panthers, which obviously are the worst team in football. We weren't saying calling for the Eagles' head after they lost to the Jets. Yeah, they lost to the Panthers by a game-winning field goal, but I just think that's plus they're at home, they're going back home, and this Buccaneers team has been very inconsistent. So that's the only reason I'm saying that they just. I don't know. I say the Texans bounce back, play great.
I mean, I get it. I think this is one of the games where they're both 3-4. I think whatever team loses pretty much is eliminated from any kind of playoff talks. The Texans are probably realistically already are, but yeah, this is kind of if the Bucks can lose and still win the division, but like if they lose, they're done. So I'm gonna go Bucks. I think they're better. I think Baker right now is better than Stroud. Right now, don't kill me. Right now, but yeah, I'm gonna go Bucks.
All right. Cardinals at Browns. Give me Browns.
Browns.
Yeah, give me the Browns.
For some reason, I feel like the Cards are going to keep this close. It means it's a -8 spread. I feel like it's going to be a field goal game. But yeah, give me the Browns, especially because the Cardinals probably aren't starting Kyler. You're not just going to let him die first game back, you know?
Yeah. Another, I guess, fairly easy pick. Even though they're not like great or anything, but Colts at Panthers, I think Colts.
Yeah, Colts.
I'll
Marshall's
go.
picking the
Say it,
Panthers.
Marshall. Say
I'll
it.
go. I'll go Panthers. I'll go Panthers. They're going home. They got a win under their belt, and that Colts team has been, I don't know, losing games that they're for some reason just, I don't know. Especially since how dominant they are at home, they got freaking kind of dog walked by the same. I mean, not dog walk, but they got beat by 11 points. They're on a losing streak. They've lost the last 3 games. So yeah, I think it keeps going, especially going after they lost back-to-back home games against the Browns and then the Saints. I mean, the Saints are good, but the Browns is like,
To
ooh,
be
that's
fair,
it's a
that
bit
Browns
rough.
game kind of got handed to
It
them.
did. I'll give them that, but I just think the Panthers keep it kind of on a roll here, and they just go home, and it's gonna be a close game, and the Panthers win.
Okay.
So I should have told you guys this before we all started making our picks, but this is a Frank Wright revenge game. Indy coming in to Panthers. I mean, he was literally there last year. If this was in Indy, I feel like I'd go Colts, but I don't know. Panthers, I feel like might just get hot. They might win two games. I'm gonna go Panthers.
Bro, we
I
are
think Frank
really
Wright
out
won.
here picking the Panthers in the year
Hey,
2023.
motherfucker.
Me and
I know
Donnie have the best record, and we
last
both.
week.
I don't care. This is one of your losses
Last
this
week,
week.
I picked Panthers, the winless Panthers, and they won. Hell, I might be the Panther savior. I might pick them every week, and they'll make the fucking playoffs.
Wouldn't that be fucking something?
0-6 to 10-7, or 11-6. Fucking go crazy.
Yeah. Okay. Well, moving on. Giants at Raiders. Oh my God. This one fucking sucks. You've got Raiders that just lost their head coach and GM. You've got the Giants that still suck.
I'm gonna see if Danny Dimes is back. That is a big.
Well, I know that he might be.
I think he got cleared for contact. I think
here's the thing. They barely lost last week after having -8 passing yards. I think if Daniel Jones, I'm going to assume Daniel Jones plays.
He is cleared to return, so he's probably playing.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to assume Daniel Jones plays. And I think it's going to be close because I think the Raiders are, despite, losing their head coach and what that's going to do to them and how much Jimmy G sucks, as we saw on Monday in person, I think they're good enough that they're going to keep it pretty close. But I think the Giants are going to have enough this week. I know Daniel Jones is coming back from that injury, and it might be a little rusty to start the game. But I'm going to take the Giants.
I'm also picking the Giants. I think they're going to lean heavy on Saquon. I mean, they fed that man 40 times damn near, and we saw what Jahmyr Gibbs did to this Raiders defense. I think Saquon might go for 200 yards, honestly, which now that I say that, he might only go for 40, but I'm going to pick the Giants.
Yeah, I think that's a solid argument. But going back to Las Vegas, I don't know. I'm going to take the Raiders on this one. I just think they'll bounce back, and can't put a lot of trust in that Giants team when they've been so on and off with what's happening. And I don't know. It's just very weird. And so I'm just going to, there's not really a good, I guess, reason. I'm just going to take the Raiders. I think that they have a good game, especially since they traded away Leonard Williams. So Josh Jacobs should have a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think Marshall's reading my mind because I'm also going Giants. We're picking some random ones together.
What?
Well, we picked Panthers together.
No, you just. But he
picked the Raiders.
You said Giants though, didn't you?
I meant Raiders.
Yeah.
I'm picking.
He goes, damn, you read my mind. We're picking the same. I picked Giants. I picked the Raiders.
And I'm like, what are we doing here?
I was reading Giants, but yeah, they traded away Leonard Williams. Danny Dimes is coming back, which honestly might be a fucking negative over Tyrod Taylor. But I don't know. The teams that always fire their quarterback seem to win that first week that they fire the quarterback. I think like
Coach.
Devontae, I think he's gonna play well. What did I say?
You said quarterback.
I
They
meant
fire
coach.
their
Well, they
quarterback.
mentioned quarterback too, so I was equally right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Aiden O'Connell is just gonna let it rip. I mean, shit, what does he have to play for? If he plays well, he gets the job. If he doesn't play well, what's it fucking matter in his eyes? So yeah, I think Devontae looks good. I think Max Crosby might he might kill.
Oh
Giants.
shit! I
Yeah,
didn't
Max
even
Crosby
consider
against that
Max
line.
Crosby
Very major
against that
pick.
Giants
He
offensive
might
line.
set the sack record. He might set
Fuck.
the sack record. You got to think these
I
two
mean,
come.
got to see it through.
I will go an inspired Raiders team. I will go Raiders.
I will say, I saw a clip from the new interim coach. He said, "I was born to do this," because he's from Oakland and he's been a Raiders fan his whole life. So I could get behind that
I
guy.
mean, kind of good for him. You know,
Yeah.
really,
cool thing.
genuinely good for him. That's fucking awesome.
One more cool thing that I didn't know that part, but I saw this. One more cool thing. This coach, he was their linebackers coach, and he played in the NFL, and he played his career for the Giants. So first game getting the coach. He's an Oakland fan going against his former team. Hell of a first game if you're
Honestly
stepping in to be a coach.
the script writers were in their bag this year.
Yeah, fucking damn.
Hey, we'll get to that in a minute. We'll get to that in a
But,
minute
yeah,
with this
I'm
Sunday
going
night game.
Hmm.
So moving on, we got Cowboys at Eagles. There's some good games this week, man. As much as I like to shit on some matchups,
The
there's some
Lions don't
good
play
games this week. Yeah.
Which is
Well, that
good,
just means I get to focus on the good games this week rather than worrying about the
you can
Lions.
just enjoy the games instead of having to sweat anything out.
Yeah. You know what? Give me Cowboys on the road.
Bro, the Eagles Cowboys rivalry is so bizarre. Like, the Eagles will win in Dallas and then Dallas will win in Philadelphia. Like, it's so weird. They'll win with backup quarterbacks versus the starters. This rivalry is so weird. Honestly, I have no idea who is going to win this game. I think I gotta lean Eagles though. I just think they're starting to be a little they're starting to be as good as they're supposed to be. Like, on paper, they're starting to look that way, in my opinion. Because I know earlier in the year we were like, yeah, they're 5-0, but like they don't look like as good as they are. I think now they're starting to get that rhythm going. I think they're looking as good as what their record is and who they are.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Dallas here. I am also gonna go with the Eagles. That's at Philly too. It's like the rivalry is so big. Like, Eagles fans are just gonna torture the Cowboys, I think. It's gonna be a great game though. I hope it's not like we talked about how 49ers Cowboys was gonna be such a good game and then it ended up being a pretty bad game or a pretty
Yeah.
one-sided game. I don't think that's the case. I do think the Eagles win probably by 9 or 10. But I think it's close up until like a fourth quarter, basically Dak pick, and then Eagles just add on to their lead. But I think Eagles win, but it's gonna be a good game.
What a week where all these great games in our primetime games are Titans Steelers, Bills Bengals, and Chargers Jets. Like, how is this Eagles game
Bills
now?
Bengals, we'll get to that.
That one might be all right.
That
one's
phenomenal
probably gonna be all right.
Especially since the Bengals have been on one lately.
I'm saying out of 3 primetime games, like, one of them is a good game, and like both the Bills
Yeah.
and the Bengals have
Cowboys Eagles should have been Thursday or Monday. I
You
like
also
Bills
remember-
Bengals for Sunday night.
You got to remember a lot of these games. There was so with Aaron Rodgers not playing. Yeah, a lot of the Jets.
I was
made
going to say,
primetime
like, the
games.
Chargers Jets. I understand where they were thinking because that got picked preseason
Plus,
when we thought
for
Aaron Rodgers
some
was going to be
reason,
healthy.
the NFL thought
The
Kenny
Chargers should
Pickett
be
was going to be a good QB, and so they put a lot of Steelers primetime games, but that ended up being the case. So,
Well, but anyway, yeah, I'm kind of surprised the spread isn't more. I mean, we've seen Dallas play one good team and they got fucking shredded. So I think that the Eagles are just gonna kind of run the ball all over them. I do think it's gonna be closer. Like, I think it's one of those games where it's like you're watching it and you're like, how was this game not 35-7? Like, how was it? I think it's going to be like a 10-point game just because the Eagles secondary is so bad. That's the only spot that they don't have a positional advantage going up against the Cowboys. I think they have better defense, better offensive line, better quarterback, better running back duo. I think they have better everything. I think the Eagles pound for pound probably have a better defense. I would say that. Cowboys defense.
That's
I'm not saying the Cowboys defense is ass.
Especially with how well like Trayvon Diggs going down hurt, but Deron Bland is like, bro has like three or four pick sixes on the year, which is crazy.
Which the Eagles defense is good, but like their secondary is bad. So it kind of, if you like, I'm not gonna sit here and argue about that. I think both defenses are really good. Cowboys, you can give them the edge, but overall, I'm saying Eagles better roster. Yeah, I'm gonna go Eagles. I think it's a touchdown game, but in all reality, we're watching it like, how is this not a 3-score game?
All right. Sunday Night Football, Bills at Bengals. Great game, first of all. This is gonna be an awesome matchup. I'm super excited for this one.
There's so much things that like jokes I just can't make. Like,
yeah,
things that
I know you're thinking.
I gotta
it.
I just know Damar Hamlin is shaking in his boots right now.
All right.
They need to make that man inactive.
Get it out of your system. Get it out of your system.
T. Higgins is gonna have a legacy.
Make him inactive. Do not let Damar Hamlin step onto it.
Has he suited up for a single game this year?
Especially since
he got a tackle on a kick
what was the point?
Kickoff.
What was their thing of making this game? Not only is it Bills Bengals like that game was, it's also in Cincinnati like that game was, and it's also on Sunday night.
Playoff implications on the line.
It was Monday night last year.
Sunday?
It was a Monday night last year. I was at work.
I would say last year. I think it was
I was at work last year when that happened.
Dummy.
Because I ran down to our sports guy. I was like, "Oh my god, did you see Damar?" And I didn't see Damar at that time, but I was like, "Did you see that Bills player that fucking died on the field?"
Before we all knew his name. Before we will never forget his name.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that guy.
So anyway, I haven't made my pick yet. I'm gonna go Bengals. I think they're kind of riding some momentum. I think they get this one.
I am gonna pick the Bills. Hopefully the Bengals win for my wife's sake, because if they lose, I will not hear the end of it. But I'm picking the Bills.
So really, it's for your sake.
It's for my sake.
I am picking the Bengals. I believe the Bengals will win. They're on a hot streak right now, and they're at home, and they've been playing great. Joe Burrow had his 4 weeks where he just kind of doesn't care, and now he is turned into Joe Shiesty.
He's locked in.
And I also need Joe Burrow to start playing well for my bet. My 3K payout bet is really riding on Joe Burrow's playing right now, because literally Micah or Tyreek are both favored. It just needs Joe Burrow. But even without that, I do think the Bengals will win.
So, I'm going to start this off with what might be a little bit of a hot take. I think regardless of who wins this game, or who loses this game, I mean, whoever loses, I think will not make the playoffs. Going forward, both of their schedules are crazy hard. The Bengals in particular is extremely hard. The Bills isn't as bad, but like they play a lot of teams. Like after this,
I was curious about who they play. They play Broncos, Jets, the 2 games after the Bengals games.
After this, that's easy. But then this is the streak. They play the Eagles, they play the Chiefs, they play the Cowboys, they play the Chargers, Patriots, Dolphins. So after this,
honestly,
they have what? That's pretty tough.
Looking at the Bengals, though, I don't think the Bengals have that difficult of a schedule left.
The Bengals? The Bengals have.
Here's the Bengals' remaining schedule after the Bills.
Holy cow, the Bengals schedule is easy.
Texans at Ravens. At Ravens is a tough one. I'll give you that. They host the Steelers. At Jags, maybe. 50-50. That might be tough. That's kind of a toss-up right now for me. Host the Colts. Host the Vikings, who are dead now. At Steelers, dub. They go to the Chiefs. That's the other tough one. And then they host the Browns. That could be a tough one.
Yeah, the Bengals are only going to have 5-6.
They don't have that
losses.
bad of a schedule.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, they'll probably have like 2 or 3 more
would-
losses.
this is unequivocally harder than the Bills schedule. Like,
Who?
this is the thing.
Who?
Like,
The Bengals?
yes, this schedule is much harder than the Bills.
How?
You guys got to think about it. So the Texans will say that's an easy game. The Vikings, yeah, that one's pretty easy too. Like the Bills have 2 easy ones, but then you have
Don't say the Steelers.
Ravens divisional game in
Bro.
Steelers divisional game.
No, it don't matter. The Steelers
They
is a divisional
play
game.
so the next two games for the Bills after the Bengals are Broncos Jets, easy. And then their next
it's a murderer's row.
Their next 3 games are at Eagles, at Chiefs, and then home against the Cowboys. All 3 of those could be
very
L's.
rough. That is very rough. Listen,
And then they get the
you
Dolphins
realize, and
in
then
the
here,
last game of the year.
let me state for
Divisional.
Donnie real quick before he just keeps jumping into stuff. You realize this is the Bills and Bengals. These are their wild card teams that they have to play against. The Chargers, who are 3-4. The Steelers are Browns, who are both 4-3 but suck. The Texans, Titans, and Colts, who are all 3-5. The Jets, who are 4-3. Those are the teams that they're battling for that wild card spot. I don't think most of those teams are gonna make. And there's 3 wild card spots.
So anyway, that was a freezing cold take, but make your pick.
Very freezing cold.
I mean, I believe the Bengals.
This early in the season
You
too
look
is
at the remaining-
crazy.
First off, we're halfway through the year.
That's halfway through the year. That's half the games left.
I mean, you saw the second half
you guys
turnaround
can
that the
sit
fucking
here-
Lions had. So
Literally.
You guys can sit here and pick hairs. I'm not gonna say 3 divisional games. The Browns always beat them. The Steelers, whether you like them or not, always play them close. The Ravens are probably gonna sweep them. Like if you look, I don't want to really do this. I'll give them the Texans win, the Colts win, and the Vikings win off rip. Let's just say they do that and they go 50-50 in the other games. That still puts them. I'll exclude this game. That's still putting them at like 7-8 losses. You realize that, right?
Okay, yes, but you're not.
Like, it is-
You're also counting that they are not going to drop both games to the Steelers. It's like
Okay, even if they split with the Steelers, like
Okay,
it's like
but
they'll probably lose. Do you think they'll
okay,
beat the
make your
Ravens?
pick because we don't have enough time to
yeah,
argue.
that
about
was a freezing cold take.
You guys just don't fucking pay attention.
That
Jesus
might
Christ.
get cut.
I'm gonna go Bengals. They're
It
more
should get
desperate.
cut. That was
100%.
bad.
You guys are genuinely fucking stupid.
No,
Bills are the
that's
easiest
just a
thing.
bad
Bills
take.
don't have to have this win. The Bengals have to have this win. I'll go Bengals for that reason alone. The Bengals don't win this, they are for sure dead.
Oh, what?
We're
You
gonna
guys-
revisit that.
Okay,
We're gonna revisit that later.
I
What are we
want
on?
this to be a fucking point in time where the fucking
We'll come
Bengals
back to that.
loses,
We'll come back
and
to
it
that.
comes
I promise.
down the end of the year, and the Bengals are 1 game out of the fucking playoffs.
And
I
if-
don't want to hear it.
And if
This is a
you're
big
right,
fucking
if
game
you're
for you
right,
guys.
if you are right, I will let you gloat during the wild card week episode. If the
All right.
Bengals are sitting watching from home,
I'm holding.
I'll
motherfuckers
let
to
you
that.
gloat.
Hold motherfuckers to that.
Okay.
Joe Burrow has lost once in his career to the Steelers.
Okay. So anyway,
And he's only beat the
Monday Night
Browns once.
Football.
Oh,
Only
fucking what are we doing?
hey,
So the
buddy,
Bengals since
buddy,
2020,
buddy.
2 games
we-
every year. He's only lost 1 game.
We have moved on. We are on
And
Monday
he's
Night
bringing it up. Don't
Football.
fucking look at me.
You continued it. You were still saying shit.
I
and
just
then
hate freezing
Marshall
cold
chimed in.
takes, Colin. I just gotta
Anyway.
get it
Right,
out
you
of
guys
here.
are just wrong. It's fine. I mean, it's whatever. That's whatever, guys.
All right, shut the fuck up.
Man throwing a pity party.
Chargers.
You guys- Ain't
Chargers-
no way.
Chargers at Jets.
Fucking read
Chargers.
those goddamn schedules. and you
Chargers.
guys throw a
I'm
fit.
going Chargers.
Fucking bitches.
Colin, you didn't even make your pick.
Yes, I did.
Easily.
Chargers at Jets. Chargers.
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 I'm going Jets.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, see, we're
Bro
back
wants
to
to be
back.
different so
Back
fucking
to
a
bad.
back,
rage pick.
freezing cold take, bro.
was a
Turn the
rage
heat
pick.
up. It's
He
winter.
wants to be different so fucking bad.
Turn the
No,
heat
that
up.
one's
Bro's
in
got
New
the
York.
window open.
Turn the heat up.
If I can give reason, it's in New York. The Chargers, I think, are a fucking loss away from firing their coach. I think the Jets play a style of football similar to like when the Chargers play the Titans that the Chargers aren't great at dealing with. What do the Chargers do
All right,
best?
hear
Pass
me
the
out.
ball.
Did you see the Giants Jets game last week?
Yeah, it was rough.
We've got to air this out on the internet.
We do. But
This is not good.
listen, that's the magic of editing. I'm going to be editing it like as soon as we get off this call. I'm going to start editing it
Please
so I have less to do
apologize
tomorrow
for
morning.
them. Please apologize.
So you saw how bad the Giants played and still nearly beat the Jets, right? Okay. The Chargers are most certainly better than the Giants.
Hey, better teams lose to teams that are worse than them all the time. The Broncos literally
true.
just beat the Chiefs. Like,
They beat the Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes playing with fucking half a lung because he has the flu.
That was probably cold as a bitch
it's
there.
the NFL. The fucking Cowboys beat not the Cowboys. The Cardinals beat the Dolphins earlier this year.
Here's my hot take. This is going to be
Cardinals
Donnie's
beat the
worst
Cowboys.
week of the fucking year.
Yeah, that's gonna be pretty bad.
Not sure, but
Okay,
He is on.
anyway,
I don't
Hey,
know.
hold on. Before we
on
pull
some
it, I'm just
shit.
gonna ask you guys a yes or no question. What do the Chargers do best? They pass the ball with Justin Herbert.
Play
What's
football.
what's the best part of the entire Jets team? Their pass defense? Oh, shocker. Fucking crazy. How wild for me to pick the Jets. Goddamn.
I actually don't know if Sauce Gardner's playing.
Sorry, Gardner playing. That's a different issue.
So
But
anyway,
I honestly know he was hurt. Either way,
Dallas.
I'll loan with the Jets. It's fine.
It's trivia time, Dallas.
Never mind, you're good. They
Enough
both
of the
cleared
fucking
concussion
bullshit.
protocol.
It's trivia time.
Let's go. It's trivia time on the Fourth and Wrong podcast. You already know what time it is. Let's get into it, man. This is gonna be quarterback related today. It's nice, simple, easy trivia. I just thought some of these names were kind of interesting for the most part. So obviously, we talked about it a little bit. Will Levis had an amazing debut game. 4 touchdowns is bananas. But he is not the first person to have 4 passing touchdowns in their debut game. There's actually only one other person to do it. I just want you guys to guess who it is.
I feel like it's going to be someone we don't expect.
I will say, not a big name.
Johnny Manziel.
Nope.
Billy Cannon.
Billy Cannon wasn't
I
a
wish.
quarterback.
I wish.
Tom Fears.
Is this literally the only trivia question?
No, I got another one, but
Okay,
this is
I
the
was
one I
about to
wanted to
say.
start with.
Okay.
It was
about to
just
say.
4 touchdowns in their debut.
4 passing touchdowns in their first career game.
It was Marcus Mariota for the Titans.
It was Marcus Mariota, just like that.
Will Levis
All right.
is doomed.
Will Levis is doomed. That might be a hot take. That might be a cold take. We're still having to see that one. But 4 touchdowns wasn't the most by a rookie quarterback in at all. The record's 5.
Oh,
And
I want to answer this.
And there's 5 people who have gotten 5 passing touchdowns.
I get first answer
in their rookie year in a game.
All right, Marshall, you can go first.
Who's the top 5?
First one, Matthew Stafford.
Matthew Stafford did it. Yes, he did. It was in 2009, of course, against the Cleveland Browns. He had 5 touchdowns.
Let's go. Broke his fucking shoulder that game.
What a pussy.
What a legendary game for him. Probably the best game of his career, in all honesty.
Donnie, I'll let you go next.
I'll go Cam Newton.
Cam Newton, not on the list.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
Remember, we're passing touchdowns. It would be different if there was rushing touchdowns, probably, but
he didn't. His rookie year was very it seemed like he run the ball a lot.
He set a ton of records his rookie year. That's why I said that.
What was wrong?
My first guess was going to be Patrick Mahomes, but then I remembered he played a little bit while Alex Smith was still there, so couldn't have been him.
Is there anyone recent?
Yes, there is.
How recent?
The most recent one's 2019.
This isn't 2019, but Jameis Winston.
That is correct. Jameis Winston with 5 touchdowns against the Philadelphia Eagles in 2015.
Who would have been a rookie quarterback in 2019?
Kyler Murray?
Not Kyler Murray.
Danny Dimes.
Danny Dimes with 5 touchdowns.
Okay, I
against
said
Yo,
that.
fucking
I said that. I
way.
said that as a joke, but all right, cool.
That was the only other option.
Who was
because
that against?
That was like the only other
the Commanders.
That was
Oh,
like the only other quarterback from Kyler's draft class. Because I was trying to think of that 2019 class.
I know.
He threw the ball 42 times,
Okay, well, that makes a lot
352
of sense
yards,
then, actually.
and 5 tutties.
And they thought they found the fucking answer when they saw that game.
I mean, with a
Wait.
game like that, shit.
That's kind of wild because he
Still the best game of his career.
started like the second half of the year because they benched Eli for him.
Yep, that was in December, that game.
That's wild.
Andrew Luck.
Not Andrew Luck.
How many more do we need? Just
We got
one, right?
two more.
Two more?
Justin Herbert.
What's the years on both of them?
I'll give you the years 2017 and 1937.
Oh my god.
Deshaun Watson against the Kansas City Chiefs, 5 touchdowns on 31 passes.
All right.
The
Let me think back to the 1937 draft real quick.
1937, boys. I just
Right.
know
This
back to
is
that
this is where
draft.
we get another random person.
I just know Colin's gonna look into this guy and be befuddled.
Is it someone we know?
Fuck no.
Okay, cool.
So do we want to just give up then? Because ain't no way any of us are guessing any quarterback that played in the 1930s.
Hold on, I was just looking at 1937 stats the other day.
You sound like Marshall.
Bro, I just looked this up.
Hang on, let me.
Bro, I
let me look
just
up
saw a
1937
documentary
NFL
talking about this
draft.
person.
Well, see, the only reason I get all those is because when I sit down and eat, I was like, I need to watch something. I will just go on my YouTube recommended, and it'll be a NFL throwback. We'll have a brand new video.
Question for you:
No way,
did they
Colin, you're
play
gonna guess.
in the NFL at the time, or was it an AFL quarterback?
AFL did not exist.
AFL didn't exist yet.
No, it was just the NFL.
Oh, okay.
The NFL's first team was founded in like 1927, Colin.
That's a good point.
I believe the AFL began in.
What's funny about it, Dallas, is the video I just watched with NFL throwback it's about rookies, but it is the greatest first touchdowns by wide receivers and running backs in NFL history, and it's got wild ones on there. Number one, I think, was Justin Jefferson's fucking gritty into the end zone as his first touchdown.
I'll give you guys a little background information. I know it won't matter because you guys don't know who it is. He finished his career with 500 passing yards and 11 touchdowns.
Team did he play for?
Bro was the all-time leading passer for about 10 minutes.
He played for the Chicago Bears, and he only played 2 seasons. After his second season as a backup, he was a backup and has this record. After his 2 seasons, he ended up enlisting in World War II and never played football again.
Bro literally had the best game ever and then just left. He said, I'm out.
He is the first person to ever throw 5 touchdowns in NFL history.
I got a poll here. This could be right. This could be right.
Okay.
Hear me out. Is it Sam Francis?
No.
I looked it up.
Yo,
Bullshit, it's
I'm gonna
Sam
be real.
Francis.
I'm gonna be real. I looked it up. This guy's fucking wild.
Ray Bivid.
Yeah.
Ray Bivid.
Ray
So you know
Bivid,
what's
put it on
Hey,
t-shirt.
hey. For the win. Guess what fucking number he wore?
9.
Greatest number 9 in NFL history.
Yep.
Thank you guys for watching the Fourth and Wrong podcast. I believe this will be our 8th or 9th episode now. So
Oh god, no, it's like episode 10.
oh yeah, I forgot we started before week
Yeah,
1.
it's
So
episode 10.
episode 10. So we're hitting double digits. So we appreciate you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy, please leave the like button. Let us know if you guys want to see anything else from any of us or if you have any recommendations. Thank you guys for watching. We will see you guys next week. Take care.